Alright, welcome back everybody to Tactics Ogre. You can see we have the split path. We can either go Serpentine Spine or the other one. I'm just going to go straight this way, up the Serpentine Spine, and we'll just continue to move up the... or no, let's go this way instead. I changed my mind. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, like I said, keep trying to move forward. I don't anticipate me finding too many hidden doors, at least right now or in this run. Maybe in a different run I'll do something different, but not all the rooms have hidden doors. Some of them do and some of them don't. I don't believe this one does. Fun is not all the doors. Well, I shouldn't say that, not all the doors. The doors are always next to their trigger, but the triggers aren't necessarily, like for instance this little stone path that's a couple spaces in front of my ninja. Doesn't guarantee that that's a door to another area. So, at least for right now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to focus on checking out the map, figuring out what works in each situation, and try to use the elemental and situation, character advantages I can. And this is what. Try to figure out how many people I can get in one area. Unfortunately, they don't all fit. You can see. That would be ideal right there. So whatever. Next time I see Beast on the field, I think I'm gonna bring my Dragoon in. The thing about the Dragoon is I gotta keep paying attention to what skills she has. Well, I do have a male Dragoon as well, but the point still stands. I get four slots to put abilities into. And right off the top, one of them I'm always gonna have is gonna be a weapon proficiency skill. And I say that because apparently if I don't put the weapon proficiency skill on, I don't get access to the finishers. So yeah, I always gotta have one of those on, so that leaves me 3 more slots. Depending on who it is. Canifis luckily doesn't really get a ton of skills that makes it really vital that running both axe and bow and arrow it's very valid is what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like, oh, why am I running both axe and bow when I could be running just one and I would get access to, say, this really cool or this really strong ability. No, he doesn't get access to, the ability that the mages and Valkyries get. / Rune Knights get, which is the ability to supercharge their mana. So they get like a mana increase, which allows them quicker access to their spells. And for Valkyries, it's very helpful because it helps to get you closer to, or it allows you to use your finishers more often because you're building free MP and it gives you like a big boost, like I don't know, 40, 58 MP. So that puts you like more or less every time that procs, that puts you right in the spot for you to either use a magic spell or a finisher. Cashwa. It's a great example of that. I mean, she every time she procs that, she gets access to her entire set of you know, finishers. Plus, you know, obviously the magic's a big help as well. I tend to use her more in an offensive standpoint, but I like the ability that she does have healing capabilities. Makes it really nice. I very much feel that Denim and Cashwa should be on opposite ends of the spectrum. So if you're running Princess on Cashwa, you're probably going to want her to be light aligned. But if you do Dark Priestess, you'll probably prefer her to be dark aligned. And the same thing goes with Denim. If Denim is the Lord class, you're probably going to want to run him as like a Holy Knight. But if he does not, you're probably going to want to run him either one of the elements or Dark. I have him running Dark because I have him as a Terra Knight in one of the big strongest weapons. I don't know if it in terms of numbers, it's one of the two strongest that you can get or make at this point in the game. But that's Dark Line, so you know, running him Terra Knight, Dark, the Dark Sword can add the damage can add up pretty quickly. The only problem's missing the one big yes please. It's missing Breach, which is the one thing I wish it had, but I suppose I'd make it overpowered if it was a sword, two-handed sword that was dark aligned, which is good for because that's the spells that Terra Knight chooses, darkness. So your buff, you know, you're getting the bonus damage from being aligned with correctly, elementally aligned with the weapon, and you know, you're probably doing some variation of a finisher move with one of these dark attacks, and then you know, you're gonna have the ability to do Breach as well, either intentionally by using a whatever that's called. I don't remember what it's called now. Great. Oh, it's fear. The fear thing that he has. I can't remember. I want to call it trembling fear. That's probably wrong. But basically, it gives you a 100% chance of doing whatever that weapon's status is. So if the status is silence, then it'll almost guarantee that if you use the 25 MP to pull this, it'll not only proc the it'll give you a 100% chance of proccing the other skill. So if it has silence, then you would have a near 100% chance of silencing the character if that hit. Poison, whatever you want it to be. Only problem with that is the boss. Final boss is immune to a lot of shit. One thing he's not immune to is well, that's a good one right there. I mean, paralyzing doesn't work. I mean, you can use paralyzing on the final boss, which makes him somewhat more doable, but I don't know. We'll see. Hi, thank you. Please die. What else? Anyway, we should be getting close to finishing these guys off here. Only 2 more left. So maybe in another couple attacks, we'll be done here. Hooray! Hooray! Almost dead. Yeah. So I've noticed this level looks like it's going to run really short, so we'll just combine this level with the next one. Hopefully, by combining these 2 levels, it won't turn into like an hour-long, you know, mission, with the first one being 10 minutes and the second one being 50 minutes. Or even say, you know, first one being 5-10 minutes, the second one being 40, you know, 35 minutes. Alright, let's get rid of this guy by shooting a bow and arrow. Oh, nope, not gonna do that. I'll let my mage die though, that's cool, I guess. That's silly. That's just plain silly. Frustrating. I'm here to kill you. That's a big hit. Alright. Like I said, we're just gonna add this on to the next episode, so I'm gonna do a quick cut here, or transition, and then it'll just be in the next episode. Alright, let's keep moving up the tower. Going straight forward, I don't care what the solution is. Vanquish the great enemies. I have to get rid of 1 guy? Are you kidding me? What's on this freaking board? It only requires 4 guys. 5 guys, I mean. Humph. My butthole is starting to get a little tight here, I'm not gonna lie, mainly because if I'm standing on the left side of this water fountain, I may die. If I'm standing on the right side of my water fountain, I may die. So it's like catch-22 here. Stop it. Crazy. We're going to go over here. Please. We're going to shoot you in the face with the fireball. One of the things I always worry about me with these cliffs are if you'll see it occasionally where the cashier or whoever's operating stuff will have like shoot or you know, quick access to, and at no point did they ever say to myself, maybe we should take some free time for ourselves. You're like, no, let's have a baby, it's great. Sonic boom! Later, bitch. Nice. No. All kinds of great options. Don't use Juggernaut, or yeah, whatever they would call Meteor Strike, or we would use a much less experienced move named no. Nice. A little squeeze on his butt. What squeeze abilities there, buddy? Yeah. Try, sir. I do not have any dragons or pets on my team, so you will not be your super duper ability to take it out. Alright. What, 2 more to go now? Yes. Right. Hooray, we did it. We got more XP, we can use it. Hmm. I really don't like the golems in this game. They're not hard to fight. Got a lot of defense, a lot of HP, like their dragon counterparts. But they don't have like a, as far as I know, I don't have like an easy one that just is. Yeah. Boom. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna kill you. Nice. Not nice. Yeah. There's a fun story, I guess I could tell in just the quick time we have left in this level. I've been meaning to pressure wash some things around my house. I don't have pressure washer, but my mom does. Great, so I borrow her hand washer, I put it in my car nice and neatly, I take it out of the car nice and neatly, and then I turn around and find out that there's a connector to the metal part of the hose, the metal part of the hose. You gotta do a quick coupler, quick disconnect, whatever you want to call them. And I missed out on... Did I miss out on a character? What did I miss out on? Missed out on something, I don't remember what it was. Hilariously though, I don't know. Kaboom. Clang, 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 clang. Kill you? Maybe? No, can't kill you, but I can damage you severely. I do have to take a dive down in the crypt of the unknown keeper after I beat the game. I say that because once you start going up the tower or down into the dungeon or what have you, once you're on that path, there's no shortcut. Now, the Palace of the Dead, there is a shortcut, but like, that's only if you beat it. You know, don't beat it, then probably should focus on beating it instead. Beat it. No, it's a little late to be asking this question, but you ever play like someone who's like really good at something? The point it's like they're not like a good example is chess. Like someone who's really good at chess, you know, they have an idea of what the openers are going to look like and how to counter opening strategy. But in a lot of cases, like, well, you're just looking at the board and you're trying to see opportunities on the board. You know, like, if X happens, then I'll do Y, and if Y happens, I'll do Z. Or I'll have to think about that move, you know. For a turn or two. And, long story, you know, short is like, I find it really impressive when you watch people talk about, you know, whatever game, strategy. Usually it's a strategy game, but it could be anything that requires more skill than luck. You know? You just look at the board and they go, well, I could make that move, but I already know that's a dumb move. And it's like, well, what if you did make that move? And they'd be like, well, this is how I would develop that, you know? I mean, I think there's like, in terms of like chess moves out there that, particularly in the start, that are just completely worthless. I think there is three. I think there are three. There's 3 pawns that you should move. One of them is the diagonal to the king, on the king's side of the board. And then either one of your rook pawns. Don't move the rook pawn. I mean, the rook pawn is like so thoroughly protected that it's like, why would you move that? I just leave the rook trapped till you have the ability to bring it out as the game opens up for you. I don't know. No, I mean, she didn't die. She didn't die, I mean. But I'm getting really tired of these fucking Cyclopses, though. Like, it'd be really great if someone were here to, like, deal with them and, like, kick them off the side of this mountain. Say, hey, don't come this way no more. Bam, bam. Kinda wonder about the people who made these maps, too. Also, why the fuck am I standing on the edge when, like, easily something like a counterattack or any regular attack that happens to crit would knock me off the edge? But sort of getting back to my original thought there, I mean, like, so if you look at where my Fusilier is to the left, like, you made some sort of elevation choice there. You know, making like a little alcove where you could hide your guy. But like, at the same time, like, it'd be very easy for someone to walk over there with like a, I don't know. I was thinking like a spear down into a hole, but that doesn't make sense. Dear game, please let these enemies die soon, because I have something I want to do at the end of this episode, but I can't leave until the episode's done. Sincerely. Now, I only have 2 Cyclops and a fucking Templar and a pear tree, I guess. Not really in a pear tree, but you know. I love the noises they make. It makes me super paranoid that something bad's happening. Oh look, you survived. How annoying. I'm dead now. Alright, only 1 Templar and 1 Cyclops left. Ooh, we're gonna kill this guy with Thunder Flare. You got me, ouch. I'm not the big fan of standing in this big metal armor and getting struck by lightning. It kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so close. Maybe next turn. Or this turn. Hooray! Alright, I'm gonna cut the episode here. When we come back, we got another level or 2 or 3 of the Hagen Gardens to do before we get to the top of the tower. So until then, I hope you guys have a good one.